Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. If you had 10 minutes to live, what would you do with it? Message people if they don't share this tweet I will die. I would tweet out that the government is trying to kill me because I know where they are keeping Haramba and that he is alive and he is also a Russian spy. Elmayo, thanks for the absolute hysterical laugh I just had. You literally made me laugh out loud. Probably spend 9 minutes thinking of what to do. I'd just go with my default reaction, uncontrollable sobbing. Spend 9 minutes and 59 seconds procrastinating, then die. I could be a sailor, a soldier, a saint. I could be a tailor. Though darling, I ain't. I could be a writer, a waiter, and why? I could be a fighter, a lover, a spy. I could be tomorrow. I could be today. I could be in sorrow, or sweetness. But hey, that's not where I'm guided. That isn't ahead. Spent so long deciding. I'm already dead. Death joins your procrastination and just lets your life do all the work. Grab some random stuff and run to the weirdest possible place. Make it a real mystery for everyone. Yay, naked in a cornfield with a witch hat and dozen of smashed melons and obviously some candles. I was thinking frog hat on a small island in a nearby pond, surrounded by empty gravy packets, wooldigoochucks. Candles are a nice touch. Hug my wife. This plus record messages for the kiddos. Damn, this comment made me think of the people on the plane on 9/11 leaving messages for their loved ones before they hit. That's exactly what you do when you know. This was my answer. At first I was calculating whether I could get to my son's daycare in less than 10 minutes to hold him one last time, but I think rather than traumatizing him and all the other kids by dying at his school, I'd spend the time recording videos for him and my husband and maybe writing some letters to them and the rest of my family. They'd have that to remember me by instead of the memory of me dying. This comment. Same. For 8 minutes I would hold her and make sure she knew everything was going to be okay. Then the next minute I would get as far away as I could to make sure she doesn't have to watch me die. Upvoted and awarded. Same, but honestly I'd hold on till I died. Just lay in bed holding each other until it happens. All peaceful. Unless I knew that I'd die in some horrific fashion like exploding. Then I'd take 5 minutes of cuddles, then 5 minutes to run as far as possible away. Kill myself. I'm very impatient and hate waiting. A person who goes out on their own terms. Enjoy your gift. Probably just cuddle with my cat. Yep. I'd lay down with a bunch of treats and just spend 10 minutes with her. Then when the cat runs out of treats, she can eat your body for the next month until you are finally discovered by an unsuspecting burglar. Mrs. Tibbs will then be euthanized for having consumed human flesh. Have sex with my wife. And then spend the other 9 minutes and 45 seconds giving my kid a hug. Might need a few seconds to get dressed in there, chief. He already included that, don't worry. I would start the greatest cop chase the world has ever seen. We are 10 minutes and 5 seconds into this wild car chase and it appears that the crook is starting to lose control of his car. Oh dear, it looks like he's fallen asleep. Transfer all my savings into my daughter's bank account. Call your bank and make sure it's pod and have a will somewhere. Just lost my father on Monday and thankfully he had this stuff set up. It was a wake-up call for my aunts and uncles. Edit, thank all your kind Redditors. It means a lot to me. If I can ask anyone who reads this one favor, call someone, anyone, and tell them you love them. Banker here in the US. FYI, joint comes before pod comes before beneficiary, and beneficiary comes before will. Not many know that. Wills don't do justice on your bank accounts. Have a 10 minutes long anxiety attack. This is the most realistic answer. You'd be too bummed out about dying to enjoy your last few minutes, lol. I'd probably just cry for 10 minutes solid. Can't imagine leaving my little buddy fatherless. I'm sure my wife would miss me too. Panic. Send all my passwords to my elderly parents. I manage their finances and they depend on me. It's actually a nightmare of mine that something happened and they were stuck. Get a password manager like 1Password. It'll help you use better passwords and be more secure overall. Use the emergency kit, at least that's what it's called in 1Password, to print out a single page that has the master password information. Store that page where it will be found after your death. Mine is with my will and trust info. P.S. I love my dogs too. Give up my money and say goodbye to a few people. I'll give up all $2 in my bank account. Jerk off. Yeah, but what would you do with the other 9 minimum and 57 sec? Jerk off again. We won't know if you're coming or going. Hey Lou. He came and went. Eat the burrito I just ordered. I might die, but I sure as hell ain't wasting that $16 DoorDash burrito. Find a way to make it someone else's problem. Time it just right, so that I'm drinking a coffee, and say something tastes off then die. Really mess up someone's day. Or like 3 seconds before death say, I'm going to die and please remember me for this, and hands a cased picture of Rick Astley and then die. I have a laminated photo of Rick Astley in my wallet with the button from one of those joke cards that plays sound when you take pressure off of it. Took it out of a Rickroll card I got once, taped to the photo, so I can Rickroll people with my wallet. I would totally do this and drop dead on the spot. Grab a random USB, run up to someone on the street and shout. We couldn't contain it. Please get this to drive. To Wookie at the CDC, she's the only one who can stop it. She operates under a blackout protocol, so you won't find her listed, but you can find her by flop down dead of no apparent cause. Then the whole world goes crazy until someone finally decides to look up what's actually in the USB and find either something random like music and films or find nothing at all. Delete my browser history. I'll delete it for you, King. Username checks out, we salute you. Go back to my organic chemistry class in college. 10 minutes there felt like 10 hours. Except when I fell asleep. Eat as much chocolate as possible. To hell with the diet. Going to go out on a sugar high. Cause of death, sugar rush. Probably have a nap. Same here. Just lay down and have a short kip. Cuddle my baby while voice recording a letter to her. And also cuddle and kiss my husband goodbye. Damn, this question has me emotional this morning. Yay. I was thinking the same. The voice letter is a good touch. Maybe a video in general. All I would want to do would be to hold my baby and spend time with them and my husband. At the 2 minutes left mark I'd ask for us to either lie in bed together or sit outside together. My first thought was that it would be nice to look at the sky, but I'd most likely be staring at my toddler telling them mommy loves them and to be brave and kind. Make a tea, go to my balcony to get better view and drink it in peace. I gotta wait over 10 minutes for it to be at a drinkable temperature though. Tongue burns won't matter when you're gonna die. Probably waste it as usual. Live stream my last 10 minutes on Facebook for my friends to see. Wouldn't tell them what's gonna happen though. Can't give spoilers. People hate spoilers. r/cursed_comments. I just wanna spend my last moments with the people I love. Put on a suit. I don't know. I'd rather die in a suit. Smoke the shit out of my weed because I ain't dying sober. Eat an edible and wonder why it didn't kick in before I died. Eat a fuckload of edibles and scare the coroner. Call my wife. I also call this guy's wife. Probably sit in a public area with a sign saying they're about to disconnect me. Dude, the entire world would go crazy. Mayo, I love it. Gotta keep the simulation running. Run down the street. Run to some place I've never run before, even if it's just a certain street or building. If I get tired, I'll drive. Maybe I'll drive off the road into a forest, just to see what it's like. It would be nice just to have one last rush of freedom and exploration without worrying about what anyone will say to you afterwards, or whether someone will call the cops for strange behavior. Run down the street. Get winded and run back to my car. Catch my breath. Start the car, dash clock says I have 2 minutes left. Hit light traffic before rolling into the parking lot of a Trader Joe's, dying and slamming a guy into a cart corral. Police suspect drug use, nothing comes up in the blood test. They interview the neighbors, one of them mentions an argument we once had regarding a pot of chili. Headlines the next morning. Freak goes crazy, killing himself and one other in sick chili feud. I would spend 9 minutes trying to find something to do and 1 minute complaining that I am bored. Smoke all the DMT I have left at once. You may be able to escape your body before it dies. Good thinking. Dying at the peak of a DMT breakthrough would be something else. I always thought death would come on the freeway in a few horrifying moments, so you'd have no time to sort it out. Having months and months to look at it and think about it and talk to people and hear what they have to say, it's a kind of blessing. It's certainly an opportunity to grow up and get a grip and sort it all out. Just being told by an unsmiling guy in a white coat that you're going to be dead in 4 months definitely turns on the lights. It makes life rich and poignant. When it first happened, and I got these diagnoses, I could see the light of eternity, a la William Blake, shining through every leaf. I mean, a bug walking across the ground moved me to tears. Terence McKenna.